Welcome back to match 3. This is Oldmanpoole. We have one dice roll. I am going to play first. I think we won every time tonight, actually. Keeping up that trend. This hand is not fantastic, but not bad enough to mulligan. Go ahead and keep it. We have turn 3 Thresher Lizard, followed up by turn 4 Blighted Bat. We hit a 2-drop, we feel really good, but even if we don't, the hand is okay. Just not exceptionally speedy, which is a little bit scary with this deck because we don't have tons of reach. Slitherblade. Alright. I wonder if this is the infamous Slitherblade cartouche beatdown deck that I have heard about. I have yet to see it on Magic Online. There's at least one pro player I saw that played it when I was watching bits of the Pro Tour. We'll see how it goes. Card seems still a little bit suspect to me, but I mean, like, Cartouche Ambition is pretty good. Hone Kopesh, this has got to be it. Alright. You got me, get in. Alright, well, if he follows it up with Cartouche Ambition, we're in medium amount of trouble. Oh, where were you last turn, Entangler? Oh, that would have been so much better. So much better. Alright, well, Thresher Lizard is fine here, though. We will have Electrify if he has the cartouche, but he gets to gain 3 life and make our Thresher Lizard smaller on the attack end, so. Okay, Crunch. First Minotaur. Okay, First Minotaur is a good one. We could just Electrify here and then play Blighted Bat and the Entangler next turn. Or we could play Blighted Bat now and swing in with both. We take 5 on the crackback, we get in for 5 now. We'll go down to 11. Kind of like saving Electrify in case he's got some other enchantment for the Slitherblade. But if he does have Cartouche Ambition, him coming out with Blighted Bat is really bad as well. Although I guess that's going to happen regardless. Yeah, I think we're going to save the Electrify for a turn here. And just get in for a little bit more damage. We are losing this race by a little bit here. But the Electrify will probably help us a little bit. And the Thresher Lizard's going to turn on too. Probably as soon as, I guess maybe not next turn, but definitely the turn afterwards. And maybe next turn, depending on what we draw. Alright, Slitherblade. I did a seal just with some, I guess it was a draft, just with some friends in person, and got wrecked by a Slitherblade and the Throne of the God King. Just take a billion every turn. I think maybe played 2 Slitherblades and I just had no way of interacting with them. It was pretty depressing, but they pecked me to death pretty good, so. Alright, Doom Beetle. Reasonable. Alright. So here I think we do swing with both. And block the potential combat trick, although he probably just blocks, so I guess actually we'll probably want to keep it back to block the Doom Beetle. Although if he swings the Doom Beetle, we get to swing. Kind of goes back and forth. I'll swing with the Blighted Bat, and then just pass with Electrify up, I think. Don't really want to trade both the Thresher Lizard and the Blighted Bat for the Minotaur, so. Clock my opponent there, and pass. Floodwaters. Okay, just cycling that away. That's good. It's not a tempo play, so if he'd had something that, like I said, interacted directly combat-wise, it's kind of bad for us. think we're going to kill the Minotaur. Even though we potentially can block that, the Slither Blade represents a lot less damage. If we kill off the Slither Blade, he just gives the Khopesh to the Minotaur. We feel kind of bad. So, let's kill that there. And take a couple points of damage. Next turn we should be able to swing in with Thresher Lizard, hopefully. Unless we draw another land. Yeah, another land it is. Alright, so we're just getting with our Blighted Bat. Right now we're trading back and forth with 2 points of damage. Thresher Lizard's close to turning on. Entangler's not quite there yet. Doom Beetle's a pretty good card against our beats, but what I wouldn't give for these mounts to be a giant strength. Essence Scatter. Alright. Fine by me. It's not one of our better things from Essence Scatter. Alright. Ups his clock by a turn. I guess actually not. Because we just go to 7 here and he kills us in 3 turns. I guess it does up it by a turn. See what it would take him. 4 with this lone Slither Blade. And his own Blighted Bat. Okay. Alright, I do like me a Minotaur. It's interesting. I think we're playing 2 of the Agonies, and we actually haven't seen any of them in any of our games, I don't think. I don't love swing with the Blighted Bat here, because then he gets to crack back for 5. I think we need to keep it on defense. It's going to be close, but I don't think we can afford upping our clock by 1. Oh, wow, alright. Just gonna block straight up. Seems a little bit speculative, but yeah, I think I would have kept it back there, just as a potential blocker for like the Emberhorn Minotaur. Or I mean, my opponent's at 11. It's not like we're gonna kill him with the combat trick there, probably. All right. Yeah, opponent's definitely got an interesting deck, just like a bunch of evasive threats. And a couple of dirtly creatures to try and keep him alive on the ground. Alright, see how aggressively he swings here. Okay. Go ahead and take this for obvious reasons. And opponent passes. Okay, I do like a Magma Spray. Killing off a Slither Blade doesn't actually do tons. I think we swing with the Blighted Bat. If we swing with everything here, we have lethal if we exert. So we could just kill off the Blighted Bat and go for it. My opponent's... He might have a final reward. Should be, I guess, not the worst for us. So I think we do exert. I think we go for it. If we exert and he gets rid of the Thresher Lizard, we take my opponent down to 7, or down to 4, and we don't quite get him. So I guess maybe we don't. If he doesn't have final reward, we win. Seems like something he could have here, though, especially if he was willing to cycle away the Floodwaters. We're not probably dead next turn, so I think I'm just going to Magma Spray. Well, if that's the case, actually, maybe we want to swing with all of these. And if he wants to trade bats, I think I'm actually okay with that. Well, I guess if he trades bats and has the reward, he kills off the Minotaur. Yeah, I think we actually want to just kill it now, because we want to take my opponent at least to 5, even if he does have the final reward. We are not going to exert the Minotaur, because then that gives him the opportunity to get rid of the Thresher Lizard, and then we don't kill him next turn. I think it's much less likely he has a combat trick here than he has the kill spell. Oh, playing something performing. Tap down? Oh, that would be really bad for us. Oh no. Okay, it is just final reward. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter if we use it or not. Alright, so we'll attack my opponent down to 5. And hope he doesn't have a miscellaneous 1 damage spell. Oh no, he's going really fast here. Cartouche? No! Oh, that would have been bad for us a long time ago, but... alright. GG, you got me. What? What shenanigans. I wonder if he top decked that. Definitely seems possible. Blazing Volley was good against the bat, but nothing else. It's not wild about the Doom Beetle. Edifice Authority seems great. I think we're just gonna keep it. I don't think we sideboarded really at all in these matches, but that's just because our main deck is so good. Who needs a sideboard if your main deck is so good? Alright, we'd like to play first for sure. Oh no! Do you have Magma Spray? Smoldering Suns is so good. Against my opponent too. If we don't hit another land, it's so bad though. Ugh, got a mulligan. It's not been a kind night to us mulligan-wise. I think we have to keep this, unfortunately. Splendid Agony is not a bad card though. Cartouche Ambition is probably a straight up bomb in this matchup. I think I'm gonna bottom that. I think we need to find red, realistically. Even though that means that maybe we can't play Splendid Agony on time. If we haven't found anything before then, we're probably kind of being slow anyway. Ugh, can't believe my opponent won that last matchup. We probably would have kept that hand on the play too. My 7 land. Or my 7 card hand with 1 land. Everything would have been better if we just won. Oh, stupid Slow Blades. Alright, you got me. Yeah, well, we're glad we bottomed that. No 2-drop again is unfortunate. Well, Emberhorn Minotaur with Cartouche is super, super good if he doesn't have the final reward. If he does, we're sad. But even then, it's a pretty big swing in 1 turn. You're always 1 turn too late in Tingler. If you'd been on time last game, we would have won too. I think we are going to play it here, though, over the Splendid Agony. We'll wait a little bit longer, hope to maybe get a sweet combat out of the Agony. So next turn, I think there's a pretty real chance we just play the Cartouche Ambition on the Entangler, especially play something like a bat here. Yep, okay. Never mind. He who cartouches first, cartouches loudest. Something. Alright, that's pretty good. Well, he's gonna swing himself up to 22. We could just use Splendid Agony next turn and make it smaller, which, if we don't draw land, is definitely the play. But draw land, we like Emberhorn Minotaur more. Probably. If we draw a land, I guess we could just electrify it and straight up kill it. Although Splendid Agony is close to the same. I think I like getting the Minotaur in here, even though he's gonna swing it 1 more time for a fair amount of lifelink. I guess our following turn, unless, yeah, we're pretty unlikely to be able to play 2 spells anyway. Well, I like trying to get in with the Minotaur. Yeah, I think that's correct. If my opponent doesn't have a land drop, maybe go for the Cartouche. If he does hit a land drop, I think that's a little bit risky. Because he just final rewards us and then we're way behind. But we can use the Splendid Agony and Electrify to kill him off potentially too. I'm still so salty my opponent had the Cartouche last game. What? Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, yep, you got us. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and swing here. It's funny, I should have complained about not getting Splendid Agonies earlier, so we've gotten a ton of these last couple of turns. We didn't see them up until our last match, but here they are. Coming out in force. Just wait here. What's he got? Illumination. So I think we Splendid Agony in response. Yeah, seems fine. I think I do like that better than using the Electrify, since we have another one in our hand as well. I mean, he's gotten a fair amount of work out of the cartouche. It already trade for a creature and gain him a lot, so it's not like we're getting a sick 2-for-1 or anything here, but turning into a 0-1's not bad for us. Okay, our Slither Blade. Put the cartouche. Alright, pretty sick. I still like having the Electrify more. Or you just want to Splendid Agony again. I think I like using the Electrify at this point. The Agony has the potential of being a 2-for-1 against some other creatures. We could just play the cartouche, get in for 4. Again, though, if he has Final Reward, we feel kind of silly. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use the much Splendid. Well, I guess I should probably use the Electrify too. He didn't show us anything real huge. Yeah, I'm just going to kill that. And get in with our Minotaur. Our 3-2. He looks so, like, dramatically less intimidating as a 3-2. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but somehow it's like he's miniaturized or something. I don't even know what happened here. Okay. I'm glad he just chose to get rid of the Slither Blade there. Some of the things he potentially have that would be good. Alright, yeah, Final Reward kind of gets us, but at least we didn't put the cartouche on. Alright, happy to play an Entangler here. And we have Splendid Agony if he has a good drop too. I think I like keeping up Splendid Agony other than the cartouche. Having the cartouche so we can get at least one swing in next turn seems pretty good. Well, if there's a good version of this deck, it looks like my opponent's got it. And I think Cartouche for Ambition is pretty sick. I don't really think we care about using Splendid Agony there. I think we'd rather just use the Cartouche for Ambition. Makes this a 3-2, and you can't effectively block it after that. Yeah. Alright, well, enchant our Entangler. And start getting in there. And hope that was his only Final Reward. Put in the tank. Okay, doesn't have a bounce spell or anything. When I was thinking there, I was like, uh-oh. Wins your Rebuke? That would be pretty bad. But fortunately not. We'll attack. I don't think we're going to exert here because we'd like to get in every turn. Okay, opponent's just chumping away again, which is surprising to me, but I guess things can always get worse. I like where we're sitting though. 3-2 lifelink in this matchup seems pretty good. Another Magma Spray. I guess we probably used a Magma Spray to get through here. I'm just going to swing regular. Okay, swing here. You ask my opponent's long pause. I'm not sure if he's just having some like connection difficulties, or if he's multitasking, or if he's considering an excellent bounce spell. Although I feel like if he had it, he would use it for sure. So if I am my opponent, I don't think I would have made last turn's block, but I definitely make this one. Even if I don't have anything, I make this attack. Lifelink. Just to gain a couple of points of life, but yeah, I feel like it's got to be connection problems here. Playing pretty slow. Okay. Fine by me. We'll use Magma Spray to finish it off. Okay, just cycles here, just fine by me. That's funny. I'm pretty sure if I was my opponent, I would have held on to it there. You want to bounce that Entangler pretty bad, I think. But maybe he has 2 in his hand? That would be a reason. But yeah, you definitely play for the 6 mana and summon, I think, if you've got it. Yeah, maybe you just have 2. Bone Picker, right? Not a bad one either. Again, I'm just going to use Magma Spray and clear the way. I think we've drawn like every removal spell in our deck this game, but opponent taps and responds. Maybe he's got Essence Scatter. That's sort of what it felt like there to me. So, yeah, I think we have literally drawn every removal spell we have. It's not bad when we're on the beatdown. But I think this is everything. Like, truly everything. No blocks from my opponent, unsurprisingly. And we pass back. So 3 Cartouches of Ambition have been played this game. And he who cartouches longest laughs loudest, I guess, is the moral here. Final reward. Alright. The end has come. It was a good run, though. Yeah, we'll play a Doom Center. My opponent probably feels pretty badass in scattering this. He didn't F6, but he did snap that off really fast, so maybe he doesn't have it. Okay, Home Kopesh. It's pretty whatever. Alright, well, can you get in for one? Slowest moving game of all time. He's just gonna play like, I can't remember what it's called. The X draw spell. A bajillion life or a bajillion cards here. I don't know why that card's name is escaping me. So I think if he had a counter spell, he definitely would have used it here. So probably doesn't have anything. Okay. Sure, Twins doesn't do anything immediately, so we'll go ahead and swing before combat. I wonder what he has in his hand. Is he just like incredibly flooded? That's very possible. He has drawn a lot more lands than we have. Although, it's turn 14, and he's not playing lands every turn. I think my one might be really flooded, though. Well, we'll play the Twins for sure. And see if my opponent's just dead. Yep. Alright. Yeah, looks like he got screwed on land there. We managed to fight our way through the mulligan, though, by drawing every single piece of removal in the deck. Does not feel too bad. Maybe we like Labor of the Heart better than Cartouche. It's like, it was really good that game for sure, but it's kind of scary playing it because My opponent does have so many removal spells, it makes it worse. Labor of the Heart potentially hits one of his cartouches, which seems pretty powerful. Still like Sweltering Suns a lot. Edifice still seems great. All these seem pretty great. The problem is this card has such high upside, I'm not sure if it's ever really correct to cut it. Like, there are going to be games where putting it on like an Entangler, giving it one of their creatures -1/-1, and just swinging it for a good chunk of lifelink, even if it dies next turn, is going to be pretty good. It feels like my opponent doesn't have tons of threats, though, so like hitting a Labor of the Heart on one of his powerful cards seems like that might be really good. Maybe we cut the Dissenter. Dissenter seems kind of bad in this deck. It is one of our 2-drops, which we like, but it doesn't have a lot of great attacks, and the 2/2 isn't real high impact, even after it chumps. Yeah, it doesn't even chump that much against my opponent. Alright, let's do something like that. Okay. Not an exciting hand, but a keepable hand. I do like Sweltering Suns. Okay, Bajillion lands. We're going to throw one away with the Mummy, which is kind of nice, although we can't play the Mummy on turn 2, which is unfortunate. Okay, and keep passing. The Threshold Lizard will do some work, though. Yeah, I mean, we play into Essence Scatter here. If he's got it, he's got it. But it looks like it does. Okay. I think I would... Nah, we'd probably rat over Threshold Lizard, so maybe I should have played the Mummy there. But if he doesn't have Essence Scatter, the Threshold Lizard's quite a bit better. So. Ooh, there's a cartouche. So we're going to play the Mummy here, just so we can pitch a land. It might lure my opponent into a false sense of security, although if he had Slither Blades, he probably would have played those. Let's see what he pitches here. Okay, Floodwaters. He's cut on lands, so he may be a little bit slow. Cartouche of Ambition. Cool. We will definitely Sweltering Suns. Excuse me. Ouch. Yep, you gain a lot. Now, I guess we could Electrify too. Although I think Sweltering Suns is going to hurt us more than Electrify in the future. Alright, let's get in with our Mummy. The fact this kills a lot of our creatures hurts us quite a bit. Whereas Electrify is just a one-sided effect. Yeah. Sweltering Suns does cycle. Maybe we want to have this one power creature in play? Doesn't seem that great, though. We do need to kill this turn, for sure. I don't really think there's a reasonable argument for anything else. He hasn't played Slither Blades. I don't think he has those. I think it's unlikely this Sweltering Sun is going to get much more value. So we'll just use it now. And pass back to my opponent. So I need to find another threat, ideally soon. My opponent is stuck on lands, so yeah, not quite as stuck anymore. One bigger. Yeah. Alright, feels bad. Yep, feels bad. Should have waited on the Suns. I forgot he had a Bone Picker in his deck. Alright, well, we'll just pass. With any luck, he tries to put a cartouche on it. Cross our fingers. That'd be pretty greedy for my opponent. Alright. Alright. Not opposed to a good Magma Spray among friends. It's funny. I've drawn a lot of removal against this guy too. Or in this match as well. Ooh. Very happy to kill that off. Nice. The sweet 2-for-1. Ooh, and I like me an Minotaur. If he doesn't kind of reward it here, I think we, go for it, but he does. This is funny. This is one of the most controlling matchups I think I've played in Amonkhet Draft. We just both keep wiping out our opponent's threats. Bone picker? Yeah, oh, yeah, we'll kill it. Alright. So we've drawn a slightly disproportionate amount of our lands. Hopefully we find a good threat here shortly. Alright. Edifice doesn't do much yet, but it does get there. Keeps my opponent from swinging. Blinks a lot of his offense, which is good. Including that. Hey, a blind bat of my own. So I think we're gonna just go for it here. Kill off his bat. And swing. Alright, everything's on the table. You know my hand. Yes, definitely using that ability. I'm gonna pay for haste. And get in here. Alright, if he has a final reward, we feel a little bit bad, but if he doesn't, we're smooth sailing. Alright. Oh, I should have activated the edifice there. That was definitely a mistake. A little bit of a punch. Hopefully it won't end up mattering, but maybe. Ooh, Combat Celebrant. That gets my opponent dead pretty fast. Especially because if he only has one blocker, the edifice keeps it down. It's pretty sweet. Well, we didn't draw him until the very last match of the last game, so I'm not sure how good he ends up being. But he was good enough to take a match there right at the end, so good, right? In my experience, every time I played a Combat Celebrant, my opponent's just scooped on the spot, so it must be a great card. Okay, well, we did end up going 2-1, even after kind of a rough first match. I really enjoyed our last match against the Slither Blade deck. That was an interesting, very controlling matchup. He had a lot of good removal and a couple of cartouches, and we had a lot of good removal, and we just kind of ended up being whoever found one more threat than my opponent. In any case, thanks everybody so much for watching. Always happy to play more Amonkhet Draft. I'm sorry this deck probably wasn't the most original or exciting to watch, especially because you didn't get to see some of the kind of crazier cards in action. But thanks for watching. It was fun to play, and I will see you guys next time.